Welcome everybody. Today in this video we're gonna talk about how to reprogramming your sexual conditioning. The reason why I made this video in the first place is because I've already made the first part, which is gonna be the first link in the description. So please make sure to watch it. And basically this is like the first part, the second part, and the third part, which is going to be published the next week. It's more about how to desexualize your brain in order to live a beautiful life, and not every single time you're going to go out and look at this girl or seek her, you're going to seek her in the sexual way. So the main goal here is to break the connection your brain made between pornography and feeling aroused, and start enjoying real life intimacy again. As you can see here, every single time that you see with your own eyes visually, it's always gonna stays in your subconscious mind. So whatever you see, it doesn't matter if it's pornography, it doesn't matter if it's a girl naked that you saw her in the street, if you were, since you was young, you maybe saw something graphic, it's gonna stay in your subconscious mind. So why does it matter? Because pornography trains your brain to get excited by images and videos instead of real life, okay? You literally rewired your brain into thinking that if you want to be more excited, all you have to do is simply watch those images and videos instead of literally talking with people or engaging in an intimate relationship. It can be your girlfriend or it can be your wife. And this is why I said this makes real relationship less exciting, okay? And there is a lot of research, a lot of scientific studies that shows the heavy pornography users get less excited by normal sexual things but crave pornography even more. And here is the thing. Here is the reason why they crave pornography even more. As you can see here, this is a percent of the dopamine output, okay? And this is per hour. So, as you can see, food, normal. Having intimate relationship, normal as well. Nicotine, normal as well. Cocaine, kind of normal, but it goes down after a couple hours. But as you can see, pornography, it goes up and then it stays for hours. That's the reason why you're probably gonna have a lot of problems after watching or getting aroused or practicing PMO after watching pornography. It's because you activate a lot of hormones. There is oxytocin, prolactin, and so on. And of course, every single time you gonna watch those type of sexual content, what's gonna happen is that your baseline of the dopamine gonna keep going up. So think about it this way, right? If the baseline of the dopamine keeps going up, as you can see, it's gonna go from here to here. And if it's gonna go here, guess what's gonna happen? You need even more cheap dopamine. So what's gonna happen is that you need even more and more and more. You're gonna crave even more and more and more. And as you can see here, if you stop, literally just by stopping consuming those pornography, because when you're gonna get those instant gratification, there is always something behind it. And this thing that is gonna be behind it is a very, very big drop of dopamine. And this is what's gonna push you, this is what's gonna lead you to. And that's the reason why a lot of people get this thing, what we call the personal clarity, when they are conscious about the fact that what they just did is bad. And of course, this is gonna create a shame loop, and it's gonna keep going like this more and more and more. So how to do it and how to stop feeding those pornography thoughts? All you have to do is, if you start thinking about pornography, all you have to say is say to yourself that this is just a craving, it's not a real thing, okay? And I will explain you why, because a lot of people are gonna think that I'm just talking, but watch this. So, as you can see, we have two parts in our brain that are super important, and we are activating those two parts on a daily basis. The first one is the limbic system. What is the role of the limbic system? The role of the limbic system is that it helps you control your emotions and behaviors. It manages your action based on what and learns from your environment. It takes in information, process it, and learn from it, and reacts, okay? So what I mean by react is gonna react in an emotional way. That's why you're gonna be in this emotional state, as you can see here, right? I'm gonna go to this later, stay with me. The second thing basically is the prefrontal cortex. This is the one that we need basically activate, and as soon as we're gonna activate our prefrontal cortex, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna be conscious about the fact that we are about to watch pornography, which is gonna lead us to relapse. So what you're gonna do is that you need to activate your prefrontal cortex. And what is the prefrontal cortex? What is the role of it? Basically, it does a lot of things. Let's say logical things, like what? Like planning, decision making, working memory, personality expression, moderating social behavior, and controlling certain aspects of speech and languages, and so on. Basically, this is the logical part of our brain. So how can you activate your prefrontal cortex? All you have to do is say to yourself that this is just a craving. It's not real, because you're gonna be conscious about it. When you're gonna be conscious about it, boom, now you're good. All you have to do is take action. Okay, what you're gonna do next is quickly switch your mind to something else. You know, you can do push-ups, You can breathe deeply, you can do meditation, you can call a friend, you can go outside. There is a lot of things that you can do basically. The second thing is you need to build real connections. So replace watching pornography with real hugs, okay? With maybe dancing, maybe going out and playing some sports, maybe some eyes contact with the girl that you like, maybe having a date with a girl, asking your crush going out, even though if she's not gonna like you back, it doesn't matter. There is a lot of girls in this freaking world, bro. Write about your feelings and what you notice when you're with others. This helps your brain learn to enjoy real intimacy, okay? Because as I've said here, it's gonna rewire your brain, and the more you're gonna rewire your brain, the more you're gonna replace your brain with tasks or things that you do on a daily basis. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna start to enjoy and down regulating your D2 dopamine receptors. Because think about it, right? Our conscious discipline brain state model, we had three states. The first one, the executive state, okay? Second one is the emotional state, and the third one is the survival state. What if I tell you that pornography literally activates all of those three states, as you can see? The reason why it's because, as you can see here, is what can I learn? A lot of people are gonna watch pornography in order to learn skills so they can be good in bed, okay? Second one is emotional state. The reason why a lot of people are gonna be watching pornography is because they feel lonely. And when you're gonna feel lonely, you're gonna be confused. And when you're gonna be confused, you're gonna start to ask yourself some questions like, am I loved? Maybe am I connected with someone? And of course, if you want to be connected with someone and kind of have this discussion or connection with a human being, what all you have to do for your case, because that's what your brain knows, is watch pornography. Because when you're gonna watch those pornography videos, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna kind of put you in this position when you are inside the video, which is not the case because your brain doesn't know the difference between the reality and the fake. The third one is the survival state. Obviously it makes sense, right? The reason why we are thinking about pornography and we are thinking about all of those stuff in the first place because we need to survive. It's in our DNA, and obviously you want to have sex in order to basically push your DNA and improve more the humanity. And that's the reason why a lot of people get this flight or fight mode when they are watching pornography, because they don't think a lot. They don't think with their prefrontal cortex. They're only gonna think about their limbic system, which is gonna push them to be in the survival state. And of course, this is gonna activate your primal instinct, which is gonna push you to just think about, watching pornography. So it makes sense. The third one is you need to train your brain. So before you sleep, imagine or visualize yourself having a meaningful connection, feeling close, not just physical. So why did I say this? Because we have a small part in our brain called the hippocampus, as you can see here, and you can grow it. So what is the hippocampus? The hippocampus is the part of our brain that handles memory and learning. When you start to visualize more often, you're basically giving up a workout. Just like a muscle grow when you lift weights, the hippocampus grows when you repeatedly imagine and rehearse things in your mind. This is because of visualization strengthens the neural connections there, making it physically larger and more efficient over time. Okay? So the more you visualize, the more this small little hippocampus, the small parts of our brain, gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how basically a lot of rich people or a lot of successful people make their dreams come true. The second thing that you can do is do exercises like pelvic floor training, Kegels, to control your urges better. Well, it's not more about the urges, it's more about not letting the semen goes out quickly. So as you can see, this is what the pelvic floor muscle look like. This pelvic floor muscle is the one that holds our pee, which is here, and that holds our semen as well. In order to make your pelvic floor muscle stronger, all you have to do is you can do this exercise. There is a lot of exercises they can do, but this is one of the best ones that works, is what we call the reverse Kegel exercises. You push in, then you push out, and this basically gonna activate your pelvic floor muscle. Remember that it's a muscle, so you can grow this muscle. And of course, this is the second phase conclusion. Now that you stopped feeding your brain with artificial triggers, it's time to retrain your mind to enjoy real, meaningful connection again. Breaking the old links and build new, healthier pathways, because there is a lot of pathways in your brain, and I've already explained this in the last video. Make sure to watch the first part. This will make urges weaker and your control stronger. So of course, for the next video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the lifestyle that looks in your freedom for good. Basically, how to make your lifestyle even better in order to overcome this addiction. And of course, if you find all of those things a little bit hard and you want someone that's gonna hold you accountable and make you overcome this addiction, all you have to do is go to the second link in my description, which is gonna be my website, and make sure to watch these small videos. And as you can see on the screen, I've helped a lot of people, countless amount of men. It doesn't matter if you're 18, it doesn't matter if you're 30, you can overcome this addiction. The very structured methods that I've been using for a while, and that's how I overcame PMO. If there's any more questions, please let me know in the comments. And remember that life is all about lessons. Learn as much as you can. Peace.